MrPopZit here. Thanks for checking out my channel. Make sure to check out MrPopZit Live and MrPopZit Fishing, 2 other channels. It helps the whole brand grow. I appreciate the support. Thanks for popping by. Okay guys, MrPopZit here. This is a common occurrence. You know, we see a lot of blackheads and clogged pores. And we can see here, this is in the décolletage or the cleavage and a little bit underneath here too, under the breast. And this is our patient that we've seen before, actually. This is take 2. And so many of you guys reached out and said you suffer from that too. And she's been actually doing pretty well. She just had a little flare. It's starting to dry up, but she definitely has these clogged pores you can see there. So we're going to just open the pores and do some extractions for her. And that'll stop some of these from becoming big inflammatory nodules that can scar. And you can see she has a couple starting there. So we'll get her prepped and ready and be right back.
Like any other, like...
Your periods would be irregular. You'd have bad facial acne a lot of times.
Okay.
You would have hair growth like on the chest and arms and face.
Okay.
So something, you know, they can check out. Your primary care doctor can check out for sure.
Okay. Would that be like with like a blood test or something?
Yeah,
you'd be able to tell?
they'll check your hormones for sure. And then usually they'll do an ultrasound too, just to check.
When
do you have any of those? Or?
Like, no. My period is pretty regular.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you on birth control?
No.
Okay.
I refuse because I'm scared it's going to make it worse.
Yeah.
So, you know. Or it could help, that's what they say. But I'm like,
did we put you on spironolactone at all?
No.
That is something we use too.
No.
That's not a birth control, but it's more effective than birth control actually. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it helps a lot better, but if it starts getting worse, then we just stop it. You know, as far as like spironolactone, but that might be something that would be worth.
I just had like my regular physical with my doctor, like blood test, and everything was fine. So
yeah,
is that,
so
like,
you probably don't.
Fine?
Yeah, that should be good. They usually catch it. You
Yeah.
would have real high progesterone levels a lot of times.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, guys, MrPopZit here. We are ready to go. We have her prepped. Let's start up high. A little pressure you're going to feel with each one of these little blackheads. It's good. Just kind of roll through and roll these out. That one's dry. Sometimes they look like little shrimp coming out. You'll see kind of oxidized on the surface there. And then a little moist underneath, kind of pasty. That was a big one. And there's a hair in there too. Good. If I'm pressing too hard, let me know. Just roll those out. She has some up here too. Good. Another one there. You're gonna feel so much lighter. That's good. A little bit of pain, or
yeah, that's okay though.
Okay, just a little pressure as these pop. We are getting quite a bit out of most pores, so you're doing
Do you think it's probably like an ingrown?
Some of them, yeah. Some are little ingrown hairs or just little hairs that, you know, there's oil, sebaceous gland, and then you get some dead skin in there, and it just what causes a blackhead. A little bit right there, good. You're getting some good size plugs there. So I'm gonna wipe these and then we'll come to the lower. You can make like a mini shrimp cocktail.
Love that.
I know, there's a lot of them. That's good. Very good. You can even see when you pull the skin, there's a lot less going on there. That was an inflammatory one there. Got it. We'll come down here. Oh, that little guy jumped right out there. That one's good. Just going back on some of the bigger ones for a second push there. ones are tricky in the crease there, but they have a lot in them usually. You can see that's a good plug. That one had a lot in that pore. Got it. Kind of feel it pop. Probably I can feel it on my fingertips.
Like, hopefully I don't tell you anything about the Q-tips.
Yeah, I know, right?
I know.
They're like, if I don't use Q-tips, they're like, you should be using Q-tips. If I do use them, like, you're not using them right. You need to grab them closer. It's so funny. There's a lot of opinions online.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what they say about opinions? Not good things. Yeah, that's good. So we got a lot of these up here. Little blackhead. Going for most of the bigger ones for you. But you can see when we pull that, we pretty much got everything. A couple through here. Those are the ones that pop. You feel those. And that's a hair follicle in there. It's all curled up. That's what that dark spot is. So those are ones that can really turn into pretty big inflammatory nodules that can scar you. So it's always good to get those out. She had a couple right here on the breast here too. We'll get that tissue so soft. It's like it likes to turn on you.
I try to remove those myself.
Yeah, they're hard. You gotta use your fingers. Usually it's easier because you can stabilize the skin around it. That's where you don't want to use Q-tips, everyone. You can see how they roll there. That's good. Just had a couple out there and one right there. Those pop right out. There. Nothing left in that. So I always come and check some of the bigger ones that we've got. There's some in that one, and then we're gonna go down to below. Right here's one for sure. Sorry, I know that one was tender. Another one there too. Is that focusing okay? Or
Yeah.
I know sometimes it tries to jump to my gloves or something else. That's a perfect example. You can see the hair. I just dropped it. There was a hair on that one that was pretty long. Kind of hard to, yeah, you can kind of see if I put white behind it. There's a good size hair on that one. So
there's like mostly ingrown hair. That
a lot.
Get
But a lot of times these little, they're vellus hairs. They're like little tiny white hairs, not like the bigger hairs. And they're just smaller hairs that kind of fuzz we have on our body. And they, you know, there's a little hair follicle and you can get definitely a clogged pore and that happens.
Do you recommend like waxing the area to?
No, not so much waxing. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to wax off like every vellus hair, but just using, you know, the cleansers that we do, lowering bacteria levels and exfoliating. When we're exfoliating, it's good.
That's why I don't even touch it, because I'm like...
Yeah, I mean, actually coming and doing this and then using good exfoliators, sometimes a retinoid if you're really oily, but usually like a benzoyl peroxide. There's different things we can use that will kind of exfoliate and help dry up some of these. That's good.
The clindamycin that I have.
Clindamycin's good, yeah. It has the solution has like an alcohol base, which is good.
Okay. Should I use that today or leave it till like tomorrow?
Tomorrow's okay, yeah. We just kind of wipe it down with HIPAA today and you're good. That's good. So we got like 30 or 40 there. So now what we'll do, let me wipe that and then we'll just have you hold up a little bit. Right here, we're almost done. Gosh, that's gonna look so much better.
I'm like, it's almost the summertime.
I know, ready for bikinis. So we got, yeah, pretty much every one I could see. I don't see any white bumps. There's one right there. It's the last one. Got them. And it's good to do this twice a year, sometimes 3 times a year.
I think we did it like a while, like a few months.
It's been a while,
yeah. I think it was like last year or something. Yeah.
So we'll have you lift up the bottom there now. And yeah, about right there. You got a couple bigger ones here. Very good. A couple over here. Not quite as many, but bigger.
Yeah, those are the ones that are like a little bit more painful during my period.
For sure. A little bit more inflammation too. A lot of people asked about PCOS. I knew you had blood work and everything. And you know, they didn't see anything. So this can just happen. People sometimes just get like acne like this.
I think when I was younger too, I would shave here. So I don't know if like over time it just got like, Let's
come over here to this one. Those are some bigger ones. Sorry. Here. Big dry plugs. Got them. Hair on that one too, you can see. Get more. Wow, that was like, did you see that? That almost had like 2 or 3
hairs?
Just nuggets that came out. It might have been 2 pores, but there is a good dark hair in there. But one came out and then one followed it. I haven't seen that. Call it the double plug. Yeah, twinsies. A little double plug there. Might have been the pore beside it, but make sure that's empty. Definitely. That's good. Little pressure. It's one we got from above. See all those little plugs coming out. There we go. Do have a couple down here. Got it. This one here, I don't think we squeezed yet. That one was deep in the stomach there. Got it. See that hair? We already got that one. There's one here. Got it. Okay. A couple over here. Sorry, I know that one was a little tender there. This one. That one's drying up and there's just a plug left in there. Same with this one here. You can just see that dry plug with hair. It's good to get out. See the hairs are attached. There's a nice blackhead right there. And then just open up those last 2 pores. That's a blackhead. And we had one here, I think. One there. There it is. Got it. That was just a little hard plug. Also, smaller one. There we go. It's just red surface, little hair there. Oh, there's 2 big ones. Let me open those up. Sometimes you don't see them until you pull the skin. You can see these little pockets of white there. This one too. There you go. You can really feel those pop too when they pop out. And that's a big rolled up hair in that one. So these little tiny blackheads we can just roll out usually with our thumbs. A little pain, sorry, I know. Okay. Those look good. Already got all those. You can see these little plugs on there. I always pull the skin just to see if there's anything left under there. Do you see one? There's always one more, right? Here we go. There it is. Pops right out. And there's 3 in a row here, and then there's one hiding right in between them, right there. Wasn't as big as the others. Thought he'd get away with it, but nope. So, put it there and here. Very good. So it's a common area, just like under the arms, where we get a buildup under here. Dead skin, oils, and those pores start to get clogged. Some of them turn into big inflammatory nodules, and those can cause permanent scars sometimes. She has a couple good scars here. Not real indented, a little bit, but mostly post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So getting these little ones so they don't turn into that, so she doesn't have a ton of scars there. So that's the reason why we do this. She's going to feel a lot better. So that's it, guys. Thanks for popping by. That was the cleavage extractions number 2. And I think she's going to do a lot better. We might do a follow-up in like 6 weeks just so we can show it before and after. I think it'd be good. And kind of just check back in and see how you're doing from that. Okay. Thanks again.